Good morning, Your Excellency, distinguished High Representative, Your Excellencies, Ministers, and dear colleagues, members of the delegations, ladies and gentlemen. Let me thank you for accepting the invitation to this meeting. This is an important event during which we will be able to share views on priority areas of cooperation in the framework of the European Union and Central Asia. It will also serve as a key event in the context of the preparations for the upcoming Central Asia EU Summit in Samarkand. We are confident in this constructive mood of all participants for fruitful and creative work. Welcome. Dear participants, the Central Asia European Union Summit scheduled for April 4 in Samarkand is undoubtedly of crucial milestone importance. It will be the first summit meeting in such a format which in itself gives it special meanings and inspires reasonable hopes. Turkmenistan expects that the Samarkand summit will fulfill its purpose, and firstly, it will strengthen cooperation between the Central Asia and the European Union. Secondly, it will determine the directions, strategy, and tactics of our interaction for the future. And thirdly, it will create the necessary political and practical conditions for this. Observing previous period of the Central Asia EU partnership, I think we can describe it as a constructive and consistent. A number of joint programs and projects in various spheres have been implemented, priority areas have been identified, and an understanding of mutual interests has clearly emerged. The legal and institutional framework for cooperation is being developed. Key documents include the updated EU strategy for Central Asia 2019, as well as the joint roadmap for deepening EU Central Asia ties adopted in October 2023 in Luxembourg, which provides specific directions of partnership in a wide range of areas. Meetings and contacts of representatives of Central Asian states with their European colleagues on foreign policy, trade, economic, and humanitarian issues are becoming systematic. In general, we are convinced that our cooperation has already brought and in the future will bring undoubted benefit to both sides, will promote peace, security, growth of economies and social development. Integrated cooperation between Central Asia and the European Union is one of the most important strategic vectors of development in Eurasia. Objectively, it creates conditions for better understanding on the basis of mutual respect and equality. Here, it is important to rely on historical experience, including in an inter-civilizational context, which is especially relevant and in demand today. Europe is an important and promising partner for Turkmenistan. Over the past years, good joint experience has been accumulated, and there are certain practical results. We see the upcoming task in using in the current conditions, in reaching it, finding new directions and practices that correspond to today's realities and mutual needs. Of course, trust and respectful dialogue should be the basis of our cooperation. That approach is practically important this year, International Year of Peace and Trust, declared by the United Nations General Assembly at the initiative of Turkmenistan. Our country is firmly determined and ready to expand and deepen cooperation between Central Asia and the European Union, and is open to foster collaboration on a constructive and creative basis. We clearly see the potential and prospects for dialogue, and on the contrary, we see no obstacles and barriers to it from either geopolitical or economic points of view. Cooperation between Central Asia and the European Union is cooperation between sovereign entities, and it can and should have a positive impact on the situation in our region, on the continent, and on the global scale. Turkmenistan proceeds from this planning and implementing joint activities with the European partners, both at the bilateral level and in the current format. Once again, we are grateful for your participation and look forward to constructive, fruitful work. I thank you. With my great respect, I would like to ask Her Excellency, the High Representative, to continue today's meeting. Thank you very much once again.
Thank you very much, Minister, and thank you for everybody for being here. Thank you for the kind words and hospitality. I think it's very important that we have this ministerial meeting with the Central Asia, and I'm here in my first months of being in the office. That shows how much importance we give to the region. And I'm also happy that we will have the leaders level summit already next week. I think this is extremely important that this happens this time. It will be an important milestone in our relationship, and we attach great importance to the success of this summit. And we are here to prepare this successful summit, so I look forward to the cooperation in this regard. I also want to introduce my new special representative for Central Asia, so Edwards Stipras, so you can wave to everybody. So he's my contact in the region and will be very tightly working with all of you to enhance our cooperation even further. We have many points of cooperation, and we will discuss them today. In our foreign policy, it is important that the European Union and Central Asia continue to seek convergencies. It is crucial that we uphold the commitment to the United Nations Charter and the rules-based international order. At the time of increasing global hostility, it is particularly important to stand by the principles that respect the independence, sovereignty, territorial integrity of all countries. Security and resilience are central for our societies and economies. On these issues, we will explore ways of working together more closely with your countries in the future. We are all now facing the acute effects of climate change on our lives and resources, including water scarcity, and this is something that you know in this region very well. To address this in a sustainable way, we can work also more closely together, both regionally but also globally. And there is a great potential to improve the connectivity in this region. The development of the Trans-Caspian transport network is part of this. So, dear ministers, the EU supports your reform processes. These create the conditions for mutually beneficial partnership with the European Union. And our our cooperation must be based on common values of respect for the rule of law, democracy and fundamental rights. This remains a strong pillar of our engagement. And as I said in the beginning, we really want to engage with you for long term as a predictable, reliable and credible partner for Central Asia. So you can count on us today as you can count on us also in the foreseeable future. So I wish us all a very productive meeting. So as I don't see any suggestions on the agenda, I guess we can proceed to the points we have on the economic connectivity, economic cooperation, trade and cooperation in investment. I will first say a few words and then I will give the floor to you. So firstly, a few points on sustainable connectivity and global gateway. Promoting sustainable connectivity is one of our key priorities globally. At the end of 2021, the EU adopted the Global Gateway, our global connectivity strategy. The main objectives of this strategy are, first, to fight the negative consequences of the COVID-19 pandemic, second, to scale up our investments in infrastructure globally, and third, to boost economic growth for us and for our partners while accelerating green and digital transitions. So Central Asia is a key region for the EU, and we welcome the significant progress in our high-level engagement. And our Global Gateway strategy represents a strategic opportunity for deeper engagement with Central Asian countries. The Global Gateway can deliver in strategic terms, also in Central Asia. The EU wants to contribute to increasing your resilience through development of infrastructure links with the European Union, but also within your region. We already started our Global Gateway joint network with Central Asia at the Samarkand Connectivity Conference in November 2022. And again, as a reliable partner to your region, willing to expand our cooperation even further. Then secondly, on transport and connectivity, for connectivity between the East and the West, Central Asia is a pivotal region. The EU is committed to being your partner in promoting smart and sustainable transport connectivity in your region. And this is also a key element for sustainable but also stable and sovereign economic development. The EU would like to increase direct trade with the Central Asia region. Supporting the development of Trans-Caspian Transport Corridor is a crucial area of cooperation with Central Asia. Following Russia's military aggression against Ukraine, there is an increased need to identify alternative, reliable and efficient trade and transport routes between Europe and Asia that do not cross through Russia. The diversification of transport corridors and supply chains has become a key priority for all our economies. The launch of the Trans-Caspian Transport Corridor Coordination Platform last year marked the beginning of a new phase in strengthening the functioning of the corridor. The platform brings together the government representatives, donors and also development banks to discuss progress on priority transport projects. At the Investors Forum for EU Central Asia Transport Connectivity, the EU and partners announced an overall commitment of investing 10 billion euro in sustainable transport connectivity. We are also working together closely on digital connectivity. We want to help to develop high-capacity internet network in the region to establish a secure connection between Europe and Central Asia without Russia's participation through satellite connectivity. And finally, the EU welcomes closer cooperation with Central Asian countries in aviation connectivity. In this context, we welcome the initialing of the horizontal aviation agreement with Kazakhstan. At the end of 2024, we look forward to signing the agreement when the final legal procedures are completed. And let me conclude by encouraging regional cooperation on connectivity among ourselves and Central Asian countries. And my third point is on trade and investment. In the current geopolitical context, it is particularly important to strengthen efforts to deepen our trade and investment relations. For such relations to flourish, a sound business and investment climate needs to be in place. This is crucial for the European companies. For EU, connectivity within and with Central Asia is also in your own economic interest. Trade relations with Central Asia are progressing positively. EU-Central Asia total trade in goods increased in 2023 by 10.9%. And the EU is the second trading partner for the region. You all know who is the first one. We believe that there remains room for increased and more diversified trade. We continue to work towards this goal bilaterally, regionally, but also in the multilateral fora. I would like to underscore the importance of the enhanced partnership and cooperation agreements we have. Last year, we signed an EPCA with the Kyrgyz Republic. Then we hope to finalize swiftly the EPCA with Uzbekistan. And also, once the procedures are completed, with Tajikistan as well. EPCAs conclude important commitments for the parties on political, trade and sectoral cooperation issues. These type of agreements form the cornerstone of our bilateral relationship for many years to come. The EU is also assisting Turkmenistan and Uzbekistan in their accession to the World Trade Organization. Kyrgyzstan, Tajikistan, Uzbekistan benefit additionally from market access and sustainable development incentives through the EU for developing countries. And finally, we want to jointly organize the third EU Central Asia Economic Forum in Uzbekistan in the course of 2025. There is a new EU prosperity program for the region. Our aim is to enhance competitiveness and nurture our inclusive business environment. In turn, this will facilitate investment, regional trade flows, also international trade along EU Central Asia corridors. We are doing this in close coordination with our Central Asian governments and in line with our Global Gateway strategy. Labor protection and decent working conditions are critical to ensure an inclusive, sustainable and fair growth. The European Commission is also ready to establish the EU Central Asian labor dialogue in line with the 2019 EU Central Asia strategy and the 2023 joint roadmap. We would like all of you to also help to shape the future, the first such events. So now let me pass the floor to the representative of the European Commission, Miriam Ferran, please. The floor is yours.
Thank you very much and good morning